So, Avatar: The Last Airbender movie was a big disappointment to just about everybody. It was unentertaining to watch if you didn't see the TV program, and if you did see the TV program, it's flat out insulting to the original source material, even though it was sold as a faithful adaptation during its filming. But there's been plenty of videos whining and complaining about how bad it is. And I would safely say it's worse than any one of the Star Wars prequels. But how would... No, I've never really seen anybody really just go in depth about how they would do it. So here's how I would do Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. Right, first we take the movie that we have already and we throw it out. We don't need it. It's a piece of garbage. We don't need it. Just go ahead and throw it away. But we're not gonna start from scratch. You see, what I would do is I take all the old episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'd take out the credits in all of them, apart from the last one, until we have, and then put them all together until we have about an hour worth of it. And then anything that was not properly explained in the TV show because of the half an hour time limit, just flesh that out a bit and build upon the universe, and try to remain as faithful to the animation the original animation as possible, while also giving it polishing up, giving it a nice clean update. So it feels like you're watching it, but it doesn't feel like it's just a lazy thrown together movie. And then that's basically all you need to do. Just string the episodes together without credits every 30 minutes. Flesh out the universe. And one of the things I definitely would like to see, go more in depth in is like Aang's relation to Appa, because they didn't really go too in depth about that from what I can remember. Mind you, I think the last time I watched it was somewhere about 8 or 10 years old. So it's been a while since I've seen the episodes. I can remember it vividly though. I really should get the entire series on box set, but yeah, any fans of the original TV show, you tell me that to my face, with a straight face, that you would not buy a Avatar: The Last Airbender movie that was just to the original, with a bit of a polish with the animation, the voice acting, and just all strung together for an hour, and with the universe being fleshed out a bit. You tell me you would not, upon hearing that existed, instantly just be like, shut up and take my money. Because that's literally all they needed to do. Fans of the original would have eaten it up and then asked for more. And even newcomers would probably enjoy it, I dare to say, because there is literally no prior information needed, where if you go into it now with no prior information of the TV show, it can be a bit confusing sometimes. Like I Hate Everything was a bit confused when he watched it, and he didn't even know that I was supposed to feel for these characters. It's just like, yeah, and it's just like, that's all they needed to do. They would have made so much, and I mean so much money, just by doing that. I mean, literally, who would you have to hire to do that? You could probably, if you're talented enough, you could probably just edit it yourself. Then you'd have to hire some expert animators to polish up the animation while keeping to the original style, then you would probably like have the voice actors or like a synthetic voice replicator or something to like polish up the voice quality, which I don't think would be, which I really don't think would need to be updated, but it just might be like a nice little thing. And then you know, put all that together for any new scenes, such as like editing the new scene, get some writers to make sure that it flows well, the animators, like I said, to closely imitate the original style while you know, still being you know, while still feeling like its own thing. And then the voice actors / synthetic replication of the voice actors. And yeah, how much money would that have cost you? I mean, probably compared to what the actual Airbender movie cost, probably not that much. I mean, if you took the money from the Airbender movie we got, and then use that for my idea of how to make a Airbender movie, you would probably have enough money left to go on 6 vacations. That's at least, because I may not know exactly how much all that would cost, but I know it would cost a whole lot less than having to hire new actors, hire animators for that very freakish looking 3D CGI opera, all the props, the CGI fighting, then having to hire actors that can actually do the moves, and then you know, it'd just be a lot cheaper than just making it from scratch, apart from the plot, which they just chopped to pieces, threw some of it out, and then put what's left back together. And it's just like, I know there's limitations from going to animated to real life, but it's just like, there's limits, and then there's not even trying, because as the Nostalgia Critic pointed out, I think it was, during one of the fight scenes, they just had the firebenders that were after Aang when he was escaping from the prison just standing there while they were waiting for the camera to roll out. It's just like, I mean, that's in a lot of it's not in a lot of action movies, but in a lot of action movies there will be that part where the camera has to go around, so the actors will just have to wait for it to get there. They edit that out, but not in the last Airbender movie. They make you wait. I don't know if that was just like padding to extend the one time, or just laziness on their behalf, but it's just like, it really just comes off as cheap laziness. They were too cheap to hire people to edit together. They were too lazy to do it themselves, despite all of the money that movie got. It's just like, this would have been a much better Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. It's just like, the movie is already there. If you didn't know, the TV series was written to be one continuous story, which is why having Avatar: The Last Airbender movie isn't needed, but it's easily done because of the whole continuous story thing. And now you will realize the big flaw of my previous statement, that they chopped it into pieces, threw some out, slapped it all back together. with a continuous story, you cannot do that. If you do that with a continuous story, world building, character building, even entire characters were left out on the chopping board. Which is why I feel this would lend itself to multiple 1 to 2 hour movies rather than whatever they gave us. Anyway, that's just how I personally would make an Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. How would you do it? I'm curious to know, because obviously my memory isn't the best about it, and I really should go back and watch it sometime, because I loved it when I was younger, and I really need to go back and rewatch it. And well, and what other things do you think I've mentioned here that should be, within the lore of the Avatar: The Last Airbender TV series, should have been built up upon more in the movie, like the whole moon spirit thing, the whole Aang and the Oppa thing. They probably explained how they met, but I don't remember if they even did explain that, and if they didn't, I genuinely don't know why they wouldn't do that, because it's just like, these are your two, well, you have 4 main characters, and then at the beginning, which is Aang, Oppa, Katara, and Sokka. Then came along Momo later, and then Toph. It's just like, did we ever get a backstory on Oppa? Why does Oppa, let Aang fly around on his back? I do remember like a little bit of lore being given around, like Momo and maybe Oppa's species. I can't remember. It's been so long. But yeah, like I said, if and if there's anything that I've been mistaken on in this video, please feel free to politely correct me down in the comments. I am not perfect. I am only a human, and humans make mistakes, and we're forgetful, and the human race is just genuinely an giant ass. Yeah, so bye bye.